Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grew up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. What's up, y'all? What's going on TikTok? And what's going on Instagram? I titled this video, I Need Help. What's going on? Roll Tide. How you doing, brother? I want to first start off by saying this. I really appreciate and I respect those who've been praying for us, you know, who's just given us the space and the time that is needed for us to process this and get through this. I really appreciate y'all, straight up. You know, I appreciate y'all for checking in. You know, I'm going to turn my phone back on and I'm going to, you know, return emails as soon as we get through this. In two more days, or a day and a half, will be round 2. We just mourned the oldest son on the 9th. And now here on the 18th, this Thursday, we will be back at it again. And so I want to first and foremost say thank you all. Today I feel good enough to be here. Today I feel good enough to be here. And I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me on tonight. I'm still asking that you will respect my time, you know, and just give me grace to get through this, because this is not easy one bit. It's really not. And I'm a very strong woman. I don't say that in a boastful way. I'm really strong. I'm stronger than I've ever imagined. Things that I didn't think that I would survive, I'm still here. So, you know, I have a high tolerance for pain. I can deal with some stuff. But I'm telling y'all, when I tell y'all, and if I could be transparent with y'all, because I don't know how to be anything else but transparent with y'all. This is the hardest battle of my life. This one hurts totally differently. As much as I love my children, I don't talk to my children every single day. When I say I'm introverted, I'm very introverted. And that's because I like to stay in a place, in a space where I can always hear from the Father. I don't like to be bombarded with, you know, madness. And if I can't solve your problem, then I don't want to hear about them for a long time. And that's not in a derogatory way. It's just how I'm equipped. If I can't solve your problem, there's no need for us to just be talking about them. You know what I'm saying? Let's come up with a solution. I'm that type of person. So I don't talk to a lot of people. My children know we talk hey, how you doing? What y'all doing? Y'all good? You know, but I've had to lean on my children. And I'm so sad about that. Because I'm supposed to be the strong one for them. And I have had some days where I have broken down, and this is the reason why I need y'all help. Do y'all mind if I just tell y'all like what it is? Because I don't know if I shared this. Thank you, Sister Simone. I love you, sister. Thank you. The reason why, let me try to see how I'm going to say this. So my first child who passed going on 6 years ago on the 18th. Of course, it hurts really bad to have lost my child, but there was peace there because I'm not one of them type of women or person or people that just, oh yeah, my son is in heaven. I'm not that type of person, because I know that if you don't abide by the laws, then what is the outcome? And I'm going to say that because I had an experience with death having that child. And no matter how much my grandma taught me, the I guess I can say the economics about God, who he is, how good he is, say your prayers before you eat, before you go to bed, that type of teaching, that type of training. When I encountered him, my encounter was I was going to hell, period. And that's not make believe. That's in real life. When I met God, it was through death. It was through childbirth, but it was through death. In death, I met life. And because of the way that I was living, even though I wasn't a monster, I did things that I had to do to survive. Just stuff that regular smuggler people do. But then I found myself on July 29, 2002 in hell. Period. And I shouldn't be here before you all today. I am so forever grateful. I'm so forever grateful. So I'm not one of them type of people when people die, it just be like, yeah, they're in a better place. You don't know that. And if they live their life contrary, then it is what it is. And I know that in real life, not from just a written text, not from some preacher regurgitating it to me. In real life, I met God. I was in my sin, in my mess, heavily, and met God. So I know him in real life. And when my first child passed away, I didn't just put him in a better place, because I knew the type of music he listened to, what he was filling his mind and his spirit with. And it's easy for other parents to look inwardly. When I tell you I did everything that I could possibly do to keep my kids on the straight and narrow, that I believe it pushed them to want to go out and experiment and see, because I would let them do anything because of my trauma, because of the rape, because of the molestation, because of all the things that happened to me. My job was to shelter my kids from that. And I can admit now from a healed place that I was overbearing to them. Can we go spend the night? Nope. You ain't spending the night at nobody's houses, none of that, like, period. And it was in that moment in my parenting where the Most High told me, like, that's a form of witchcraft, trying to control them. I told you to raise them up, train them in the way that they should go. but they still gonna make their own decisions, and they will be accountable for their own decisions. So I was that mother, like you already know. I don't listen to that. It's not beneficial. It's not feeding your soul. How do you even relate? You wasn't raised that way. I was that mother that always gave them the truth, period. So much so that it irritated them, because they had this like, I can't wait till I get grown, get out of mama house so I can have me some freedom. So when he died, I knew the type of music he listened to, but there was one thing, and I'm not saying listening to music can put you in a place that you shouldn't be for eternity. I'm not saying that at all. Your eyes is a gate, your ears is a gate, and through those gates, things are deposited in your soul. Your spirit can never be contaminated because it don't belong to you. It belongs to God. That's why your spirit is always willing to do right. It's your flesh, it's your soul, your mind, your will, and your emotions that want to do wrong. And my son was bitter with his dad because of things that his dad did to him. And we had a conversation, because we have these conversations. I said, have you spoke to him? He's like, no, I don't want to speak to him. And I seen bitterness. I'm like, look, bro, whatever happened, transpired, you still got to honor him. You still got to respect him, so that your days may be long. Your forgiveness is really about you, whether you believe you deserve it or not. He was like, I forgive him, but I still ain't fooling with him. And that's a clear indication that, no, you really ain't forgiving him. When you forgive, you have no feeling of the pain, of the hurt. When you truly forgive, when you be like, I'm going to charge that to the game, and if I never get an apology from you, I'm going to give it to myself to free me. So we had this conversation, and then 2 days later, he dropped dead on the basketball court. So I wasn't one to just put my son in a better place. After he died, it took a whole entire year. I said, God, I'm not going to ask you why. Because before he was mine, he was yours. But I'm going to ask you one thing. Because I know this work that I'm out here doing, and the sacrifices that I have made to serve you and to walk with you, I know you're not going to let none of mine go to that other place. And I'm just going to say it, right? Hell, Hades. I know. No, that ain't what I signed up for. I asked you to watch over minds, protect minds. I'm going to make the sacrifices so they ain't got to. Whatever was wrong, whatever was out of alignment, whatever was cursed, now it stops right here. It will not continue on in my children. I'm going to be the bloodline breaker. I will take the licks. I will take whatever it is that I have to take so that they don't have to take them. And a whole year went by before he answered me and told me where my son was. He also gave me insight that when he passed, it wasn't brutal. It happened so fast. And then he allowed those around him at that time to confirm that literally he laid down and went to sleep. He said, I don't feel good. My stomach hurt. Let me lay down right here on this sidewalk. And there he died. It wasn't painful. It wasn't tormenting. It just happened fast. And he gave me peace with that. My oldest son, there were things that happened. This boy had never been in any kind of trouble. None. And when he was on the phone with me, when they told me that his brother died, I was in another state. I was in Alabama. He was in California. He jumped into my daughter's vehicle, not knowing how to drive. Just in shock, trying to flee. We don't nobody know where he was going. He don't even know where he was going. All he knows is that The boy who he grew up with, did you say that he was dead, like never coming back to life, dead? And he jumped in the car to drive and he hit some parked cars because he did not know how to drive. They locked him up. There was damage to the vehicles. We went to court. We told the judge this is why he did what he did. They're like, okay, we want to see his school records, make sure he's in school. Why is he out here in California? When you're in Alabama, we're just going to hold him, make sure he ain't been in no trouble, check with his teachers, dumb stuff. We like, look, his brother died. I'm here. I'm not in Alabama. I'm here because I need to bury my son, his brother, and I would like him to be released so that he can say his final goodbyes. He was not there when his brother died. So the judge said, sure, of course. We will allow him to go to the funeral, but we're going to keep him in custody until we get his school records, make sure he ain't in trouble in any of that, right? 2 days before the funeral, I called up there. Probation was supposed to transport him. I called up there. I said, I'm just double checking and make sure y'all got the address to the location. They tell me he's not going to be able to make it to his brother's funeral. I'm like, why not? They was like, we understaffed. I got the NAACP involved. When I tell you, I called everybody and they was not budging on it. I said, we will pay you. We will pay you to get extra. Well, it's not that easy. We would have to call in somebody, see if they're willing to rotate shifts. I mean, they totally failed this kid. So not only was he not there for his brother's death, he was not there for his brother's burial either. And it literally made my son go insane. He didn't care anymore. He started fighting. He started lashing out. Anybody could get it. He absolutely went insane. A 15, almost 16-year-old boy get that type of devastating trauma and then turn around and get traumatized again by getting arrested and locked up and separated from his family, and then get re-traumatized again by not being able to go say, bro, this boy he grew up with this boy. So he started fighting. He wouldn't listen to the staff. He just kept on racking up charges, racking them up. And when it was all said and done with, in a matter of 90 days, the boy was sentenced to 5 years, like he was a menace to society. And the whole time, 5 years of this boy's life gone. I got a book right up there right now. If it wasn't so painful, I'm trying to stay focused on tonight, I would pull it out and I would read it to you every single day that he was locked up. He wrote me a letter every single day. And at first it started off good, like, Mama, I don't understand why I'm here. Like, I don't understand, but I'm going to stay strong for you. And then it started going to, Mama, these walls is making me crazy. Mama, all I can do is think about evil thoughts in here. Mama, these dudes keep on picking on me up in here. Mama, it just went from, all I do now is just have evil thoughts, Mama. When my son got out, he was not the same. He was not the same. Mentally, he was not the same kid that went in there. For sure. This boy couldn't sleep. He was up all hours of the night. For 2 weeks, he couldn't eat a regular meal. I kept telling my kids, like, this is not the same boy. He would be zoned out in space, like, for a long time. I'd be like, baby, what's going on with you? Because we talk, me and my kids talk. I was so transparent and real with them. No, we not having no teenage pregnant. We not doing none of that. And I'm gonna tell you why. I would ask him like, baby, what happened to you? He'd be like, nothing. But he was not the same. A mother knows a child. It was so weird. So God started having me capture moments of him when he was standing, when he was sitting. You know, I had never seen any of my sons with hair on their face. While he was sleeping, I got photos of him while he was sleeping. I started captivating photos to kind of document what I was witnessing. And I'm like, man, this system didn't mess my baby up. They really did. And this boy, on April the 6th, him and his girlfriend had a very bad car accident. They flipped off the freeway. I want to back up a little bit. I'll say this. By him enduring all of that, not being able to see his brother pass away, and then while he was in there on year 3, his oldest brother, this boy is a fashion designer. He has a clothing line. He goes to a party at a very prominent high school, and some dudes that's following him on Instagram and following his brand, they don't like him and want to fight him. And he's like, I don't fight. Like, this dude was sharp, too sharp to be wasting his energy on negativity. He like, I don't fight. But his homeboy was like, nah, I'll fade him for you. I'll fight him for you because y'all not finna be messing with my brother. So his best friend and the dude who originally wanted to fight him started fighting. While them two is fighting, the other dude that was with the guy who wanted to fight pulls out a gun and shoot the boy in his chest, kill him. And my son had to witness that. That now my oldest brother, my youngest brother, my oldest brother, the two dudes that I grew up with, both of them dead. And I ain't seen them, and I can't go to their funeral. The day his oldest brother died, he had to watch his funeral through a video chat in a room in a cell. And on that day, I still got the photo. I saw the very life leave out of my son. He had no emotions. None. He said, Mama, these people took my life. They took my life. Yet and still, he never wanted to die. If that was the case, he was in the place where he could have made that happen. You know how many people go to that place and they can't really deal with it? And they unalive them own selves. I've been there, done that. I was a troubled teen. So that's why I instilled it into my children. That's not a place you want to go. There was so much demonic possession in that place. I saw things that I never saw anywhere else. Spirits. I didn't know nothing about no spirits. I got marks on my arm now, being locked in a room on isolation, trying to off myself with the end of a toothpaste container, cutting myself. That's why I got these tattoos over this arm right here. But all this arm is cut up for me trying to unalive myself in that place. It's the worstest place to be. It's the worstest place to be. It's the most degradingest place. So I never wanted my children to go there. I talked to them about that as well. And he was like, Mama, these people took my life. he was like, I don't know why God let them take my life. If God is so good, Mama, why did he let these people take my life? Why did this have to happen to me? And the enemy was working overtime on my son. And I'm like, look, let me tell you what it is. We don't get to pick and choose what type of situations we're going to have to go through. We don't get to pick and choose that. What we get to pick and choose is what our response is going to be. And boy, you know God. You've known him from a little child. When you were sent here, I knew God sent you. Especially the circumstances. This boy had no father. He had one physically, but his father raped me while I was out on the block, putting myself in a position to hustle and make a living that way. Instead of relying on welfare, I used to sell much. I used to trap much. So I'd be out there on the block with the brothers, not with the sisters. And the dude conspired a whole little scam because I would catch a cab. I would catch a cab to the block, and then I would catch a cab back because I wasn't willing to take a risk to drive dirty. So I would take a cab. He's like, you going back that way? Yeah, I'm going back that way. Let me split half on the cab. I'm like, cool, not a big thing. We drop him off to his destination first. He like, hold up. Let me make sure they're here. And because I had been violated so much, my guard was already up. I'm like, why would you come to a place that you don't know if they're here and you paying for a cab? So I'm like, look, by us waiting here, gonna make the cab go up on me. You know, we're gonna have to come on. It wasn't even 2 minutes later, he come back like, yeah, they not here. He's like, could you pay for me to get a cab all the way back? And I'm like, absolutely not. You know, you trying to go into my pockets, that ain't my problem. He's like, can I crash at your house till tomorrow? Then I'll just get up early and catch the bus. I'm like, cool. We hustle on the block together. I mean, I don't have no problem. It turned out all bad. The man raped me while I was asleep. I ended up pregnant by this dude. I did not want to have this baby for the simple fact that my first set of children, their fathers raped me. I just decided to keep the children because I loved the children. I felt like God gave me the children. I didn't have that type of love, so I wasn't willing to subject my body to something. Don't know if I was going to make it through that procedure or not. I had the kid. I said, I'm going to love the kid. And I did that. Never treated them I don't need nothing from them. I don't want nothing from them. I take care of the children. Right? So he didn't know his identity at all. While I was pregnant with him, I battled. Inwardly, what we deal with, your children feel that too. For 6 months of my pregnancy, I battled, should I get an abortion? This is the second man that raped me and impregnated me. I'm not finna just be walking around. I know my life is more than just being raped and having rapists as babies. So for 6 months, I battled. And I kept hearing God say, don't kill this one. This is going to be your man child. Because the other ones were all girls. Said, this one going to be your man child. Don't kill him. And I battled with that every single day up until I could not have an abortion anymore. And then when he came, it was like he stole my whole heart. If then nobody else wants you, boy, I loved you. You were the first man that I like fell in love with. You were the first man who had my heart. I loved you, and I raised him that way. Yet and still, that piece was missing that I could not give to him. He wanted to know why the girls had their father. My husband came in and stepped up and raised him from when he was age 3. So he had a male figure, but he still didn't have his identity that only his father could give to him. And he struggled with that. He's like, God didn't let me have no father. I used to watch the girls be able to go to their grandma, so I don't know nothing about that. So I found myself having to make up a lot for that, overly, to give him extra because he didn't have that. And in his letters, because he was a pensman, he wrote that over and over and over again. What was wrong with me? Why me? And then he went on this mission where he didn't even believe in God. He like this. My whole life has been tumultuous. But this boy was so blessed. He was so blessed. This was a kid I never had to worry about. Do you need a pair of shoes for school? No, mama. He would get out and they used to have these little packet incense. You buy them for $1. And because I used to burn incense ignorantly, especially I used to smoke in my house, so I would burn incense so it didn't smell like smoke. He would get a pack of incense that cost $1 and sell one stick out of that incense pack for $5. And then people would just eat him up. Wherever he went, he was well loved and well liked. He had the biggest, brownest eyes. Would you like to buy an incense? They'd be like, oh, wow, you're so cute. I never had to worry about him. Ever. He would come home from school with a melted ice cream. Like, I thought about you like this. All my kids are my best friends, but this boy right here. And when he got out, he was messed up. He was like, Mom, I'm trying to be patient. He was like, for 5 years, every single day, I just thought about all the things that I would be able to do when I got out. I want a job. I want, I'm trying to be patient, Mama. You go put in job, be like, yeah, we're not interested. Go try to find him apartment. Oh, you got a case for violence. You got a case for, you know what I'm saying? We do a criminal background check for you to be able to rent here. And it was frustrating to him. He was like, Mama, he finally got his own place. Got his place maybe a week and a half to 2 weeks before he died. It's like, you proud of me, Mama? You see I'm doing the right thing? Like, I ain't been out here in 5 years. Everything is different to me, but you proud of me? I'm like, boy, I'm proud of you, boy. I'm proud of you. Got into an accident on April the 6th. And he was not supposed to go back to the city that he was delivered from. He was not. That was his biggest downfall. He wouldn't listen. But he got into that accident on April the 6th. And I got these photos over here. Let me show y'all. I wasn't planning on doing anything with photos, but I don't think I ever showed y'all. Hold on one second. All right. I'm going to flip this camera around here real quick. There's other scars that he had, but I won't show y'all all of that. Okay. His back was gashed open. His kneecap was gashed open. There was some glass from the back seat of the vehicle that slashed him that way. They flipped off the freeway. Let me show you guys over here real quick. So he called me on FaceTime. And he's like, Mom, I'm in a lot of pain. I'm in a lot of pain. He was like, it hurts. And I'm like, boy, go to the hospital. And he was so terrified to go to the hospital because in the state of California, if you have any contact, you in a car with anybody, you're not in the space or the place where you should be, that's an automatic probation violation. He was so terrified to go back. Because going back to that place, you don't know if you're ever going to get out. How could you take something so petty? And you were supposed to rehabilitate this kid after him experiencing this amount of trauma. And you did not. You locked him up like an animal. And you made him lose his mind. And then when he lost his mind, you want to offer him psychotropic drugs to deal with trauma. I did not find this out until after he died, that they was giving my underage minor son medication to help him sleep. From hearing them boys in there scream and beat on the doors all night and go crazy, because that's what you do. And if anybody been locked up before, they know I ain't lying. So he was like, I'm in a lot of pain. My mom was like, you need to go to the hospital. He was like, I'm going to come out to Texas and I'll go to the hospital out there, because the moment I tell him I was in the car with her, she ain't got no license, they're going to violate me. And I'm not going back to jail. So since I could not convince him to go to the hospital, I'm like, well, then come out here. Bought him a ticket to come. The airlines would let him fly because he didn't have his hard copy ID. Had a copy of it, had a copy of his birth certificate, had a copy of his social security card, but because he didn't have a physical copy of his ID. And y'all know what? I'm pissed off about that. And you want to know why I'm pissed off? Because when I just traveled not too long ago, I'm walking through the airport and it said migrants don't even have to have no identification to fly. I begged these people, begged them on the phone, can I fax it to y'all? He came here and got his license. I got the hard copy. No, we can't take it. Well, sorry, ma'am. And people who ain't even American citizens can come over here right now and fly. You don't believe me? Go look it up on TikTok, YouTube, somewhere. Migrants can fly without showing no ID. I got the phone, the picture that they got posted in the airport in my phone. So I said, that's all right, son. Instead of trying to fly out of LAX, just go back to Fresno. It's a smaller airport. Maybe they won't be tripping with you like that. He stayed the night. This was on April the 7th. He stayed the night in LA because LA wouldn't let him fly out. He stayed the night. He went back on an Amtrak, set up all day, back split wide open. By the time he got there, he he had the accident on the 6th. I got him the ticket on the 7th. He stayed in LA on the 7th, went back on the 8th. Made it back to Fresno on the 8th. He asked his girlfriend, he like, yo, mama ain't got nothing for pain. I ain't slept. I can't lay on my stomach because my kneecap and stuff busted open. And that's painful. I can't lay on my back because my back gashed open. And I ain't slept in 3 days. Do your mama got something for pain? No. My homegirl do. My homegirl, she got something for pain. She had an accident, not knowing that the doctors is only going to prescribe a certain amount of pain pills per month for those who need them for ailments and different things of that sort. I know that for a fact. I work in the medical field. They only gonna give you so many Somas, so many Vicodins, so many Xanax, so many Percocets. They only gonna give you so many. And then if you take all of those before the month ends, they gonna start looking real funny at you because they give you enough to last you for the month. So you either selling them or abusing them if you gotta come back sooner than the amount that I gave you, which makes these young people and these people addicted to pain medications. Most people don't know people get addicted to pain medications from the people with the white coats on, okay? That's why I never took it. Pushed 9 children out, 6 children out, 3 was cut. Never. They tried to give me some morphine. I was sweating. I was so sick. Never. I don't never need no mind altering. I don't care what kind of pain I'm in. I got struck with some sciatica last year and you want a fentanyl patch? You said a what? You better not ever play with me like that. I don't ever want anything. You want some Tylenol coating? I don't know. I will take Tylenol at the most and maybe some Motrin. I don't do pills at all. So his girlfriend yeah, my homegirl, she got something because she had an accident. The homegirl, she out here getting pills off the street. It's not prescribed. But I'm going to share some with y'all that I have not shared. And that's why I'm here. My son was set up by some people who did not like him. Before my son died, I knew that he was going to die. I dreamt about it over and over and over again, him being tormented to death. I had dreams of him being locked in trunks. I had dreams of him being whitewashed, put under the water, brought up. I had dreams of this boy being tormented and tortured to death. So when they say that my son died, they say it's because he took a piece, not even a whole one. I still got the photo in my phone. A piece. It looked like a nibble from the photo they snapped and gave to me. This is what killed your son. Fully fentanyl, right? However, when all that transpired, you trying to figure out how you gonna bury your child. You trying to figure out the shock of how you gonna live without your child. Now it's 2 children. It's both in the same month. I mean, your mind is in a fog. And I got the police report. Police didn't even call me and tell me my son was dead. They never performed an autopsy on my son. They took the people's word that, yeah, this is what he took, and he died. No investigation, no nothing. And I peeped that from the beginning. But like I said, it was no longer fight or flight mode. It was all fight. I got to get him buried. You got the pressure of the funeral home. You know, you got the family. I mean, just everything. So I paid attention to it. I reached out to some lawyers. I'm like, they violated him in all manners. They let somebody who ain't even blood related identify his body. So when they went to identify his body and I went to go say, that's my son, I couldn't see my son. They let somebody who was not blood related identify my son's body. Another thing, when they found my son's body, he had no shoes on. All of his jewelry was gone. His cell phone was gone. Police didn't think that was strange. They said he had no visible injuries. I know you didn't check my son, because did y'all just see that gash on my son's back from 3 days prior to his death? How could you miss those bruises? How could you miss those wounds? They gave my baby something and then watched him die. And so, because his blood is crying out from the ground, the reason why I told y'all all of that about my first son and me having peace, I'm now bringing you up to speed. The reason why it's been so heavy for me is because, for one, there's no justice. For two, he was murdered. And for three, his blood is crying out from the ground. Like, Mama, you got to know what happened to me. And so that makes me have to research. It makes me have to research how fast you die when somebody poisons you, how his last seconds were spent, how he couldn't breathe, how his chest is, everything in his chest locked up. I have to research this so that I can tell his story, because he got one. I have to research who actually makes fentanyl, where it comes in from, how the cartels is bringing. I have to research all this traumatic stuff on top of having to grieve that he gone. I have to read police reports. I have to go back through this information. So I'm going through the information, and in the police report it says that the young lady said that he came over and took a bite of a blue pill. Blue. I think it's still in here. Give me 1 second. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm going to have to read it over here to y'all, because here we go. Hold on. Okay. Let me show y'all real quick. This is the pill that they say he took a piece of. Let me show y'all over here real quick, and then I'll continue. Okay? That's the pill. Now, I'm going to show y'all the police report, some of it. Okay, it's this one is sideways. Y'all might be able to see it. Excuse me. I don't know how to flip it or reverse it, okay? But I'm going to read to you what it say. I'm going to blow it up like that. Okay? This is the part that I want. Okay. This is the part that I want y'all to pay attention to. Right here where it says, Corporal Jacobs discovered a white frost-like substance on the counter, where it says there was a rolled up $20 bill with some white substance on it. The substance looked like frost from the inside of a freezer, but was solid in texture and would not melt. Corporal Jacobson collected the white frost-like substance, which was later booked into evidence. Okay, now you can't get white from blue, and you can't get no gram worth of no white substance from no one single pill. I have to go in his phone and I have to see that and there's certain things that I cannot say because I don't know who's watching. I said all that to say I have to solve my own son's murder. I have recordings and text messages. I've reached out to the detectives and say I have this information and they still won't do nothing. They call my son a clean crackhead and left it as that. Oh, this is a clean crackhead and left it at that. Yeah, he wears jewelry, so what? He got on nice pants, so what? This is what you call a clean crackhead. Trust me, I've seen them. My son don't do crack. My son don't do no crystal. He don't do no meth. He don't do none of that. And that is what you said about my son. Didn't even see fit to give him an autopsy to see what they poisoned my son with. You ain't did no interview, no interrogation. I done watched too much first 48 hours to know that the whole entire situation was just all wrong. How do you get white look like frost? How do you get white look like frost from the freezer, but it does not melt from a blue Percocet fentanyl pill? And y'all didn't find that strange. You didn't find that you needed to investigate that. They wouldn't even give me the full police report. They gave me a summary. And my son's blood is crying out from the ground. May the truth come out. His own friends, I'll say this, his own friends set him up and murdered him because he wouldn't do something that was in his text message asking him to do. I have all the evidence. I have all the proof. And I need to do something with this pain other than let it hurt me. And a lot of these lawyers is acting like they scared to go up against the police department, go up against the coroners. You took my son to the morgue and I didn't give you permission. I didn't give you permission. And then you did not even do an autopsy on my child to see what happened to him. You falsified a report and said there were no injuries. And I know that that's a lie. I got photo proof that 3 days before he died, he had multiple injuries from a car accident. You discarded him as filth. And that hurts me so bad that both of my children were murdered by medication. One prescribed and one being allowed to be brought in here and kill people legally. They make fentanyl in China. It is manufactured in China. They then sell the liquid to the cartels. The cartels then put it on weed, put it in vape pens, put it on pills, counterfeit pills, so they can get filthy rich from the $10 death called fentanyl. Just last year alone, it wiped out over 350,000 young adults. And I'm a mama that got to do something more with this pain and let it hurt me. I don't need no money justice from no polices. Nah. This ain't about a lawsuit. This is about right and wrong. And your system is killing our young people. And then when you allow these criminals to infiltrate neighborhoods, and let me tell y'all, fentanyl don't discriminate, baby. You got people that went to Harvard. You got people that straight from the hood. It don't discriminate. 12, 2 years. There's a little boy in New York died last year at a daycare from fentanyl exposure. It don't discriminate. I will never lay on my back and take this. You know how many of my people, not skin folks, not that, my people, my brothers and sisters, that the Most High created in his image and his likeness. You know how many of them have been maimed and unalived by this system? Am I mad at the people for being a pawn? Yeah, a little bit. But then I understand that there's a bigger fish that's pulling the strings. These same people that let these rappers rap about Percocets, Molly Percocets, Adderall, taking these pills like these pills is something to take. And then our generation, our young folks, think because, what's his name, who rap about Adderall, Kodak Black, and the Migos, and all these other mumble crackhead, spaced out puppets. They put their music into the ear gates of our little children, our young adults. This operation is so big, they selling it on Snapchat like it's in and out, straight up. They got people lined up for it. It is a date with death. And you don't just get to do that to my child. And I'm not just fighting for my child. Who cares? TikTok, they always with that dumb stuff. This is always, when I say that, this is age restricted. I'm asking y'all tonight, can y'all help me tonight? Can y'all share this with y'all children? Can you share this with your young people? Can you share this with your auntie, your sister? I don't care. Share it. I'm calling on my tribe tonight. I'm in so much pain. So much pain. And I'm not just fighting for my kids. I'm fighting for y'all's too. I told God, if you want to use anybody, use me, because I'm not taking this land down. I'm not going to be one of them parents that just go sit somewhere and die and just remember my kids. Ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in the hell I'm going to allow my system to inflict this much pain on me after hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years of afflicting pain. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And if everybody is too busy with work and entertainment and whatever else, I will be the one to fight for yours. Do you hear me? I will be the one to fight for yours. I will be the one to fight for yours. One was enough, and two was way too many. And this pain got to be used some other way than to hurt me. And now it's time for me to make some noise. This thing almost took me out. I'm not just saying that, I'm telling y'all the truth. I thought I was strong this time. I've never had to have a year anniversary of both of my sons being dead. Having one every year for my first boy was too much. So I'm thinking, I got through with Kid Ryan, it probably ain't gonna be that bad. Ben, let me tell you something. That thing started creeping in the middle of March. The realization, the horror. It would be one thing if I was allowed some justice. I could see them in court. I could know that they would never hurt nobody again. That's one thing. If I knew they wasn't writing prescriptions and having these people, out here poisoning our children, whether it's with candy, if I knew that wasn't going on anymore, then I'd probably go somewhere and start a foundation or something like that, and I sit quietly and do my. But I'm gonna be loud as hell. Do you understand me? I'm gonna be loud as hell. I ain't got nothing else to lose. You took what really meant everything to me outside of God. And you didn't just do that once, you did that twice. And I got to get justice for my children and for all of those children who were murdered. I have to. By the grace of God. It's my assignment. It's what He called me to do. And I don't mind being bold. I don't mind being loud. I don't mind bulldozing. I don't mind being on the front line. I don't mind being a warrior. But I'm going to ask y'all tonight, I need y'all help. I need y'all help. I need to obtain a lawyer that got some balls and not afraid of the police in real life. That's going to actually fight for justice. And if they won't, you know what? I'm willing to go back to law school. 45 and I don't care if it take me to 70 years of age. I'm willing to go back to law school so I can become a civil rights attorney. Not just out here trying to get some money like Benjamin Crump, but making some serious noise and disrupting some serious systems. And who wouldn't be better for the job than someone who is lost so tragically to the system? I need to tell their story. Beyond the grave, their blood is still crying out. I'm not asking for them to change legislation. That's fighting a fight that ain't gonna be won. Asking them to change legislation. No, I need to educate. I need to go into the schoolhouses. They pushing a hard line to get our kids. Somebody need to be pushing a harder line to keep our kids out of the web of the devil. Because he after our young people. Somebody got to stand up to these crooked ASS cops. who don't give a damn about our children because it ain't theirs. The injustices in the law system. It's not just injustice. I mean, the just injustice is so corrupt, from the prison system to the criminal system to the governmental system, the assistance system to the housing system. It's wrong. And who knows? Maybe this was the affliction that was going to push the person that needed to be exactly what God needed them to be: unafraid and unashamed. I have to let this pain be purposeful, other than it hurting me. And it's hurting me, y'all. Graduation time getting ready to come up. They stole that. They stole that. So when I see other families, I'm in pain again, because I don't get that. Prom, now I don't get none of that. Mother's Day getting ready to come up. People take it offensive. Well, you're still a mother. I'm going to wish you a happy Mother's Day. Look, wish me one today, okay? Because I'm a mother every day. If you want to wish me a happy Mother's Day, wish me one every day. But don't take your time on that day, okay? Because on that day, I'm reminded that mothers have their children and I don't. And their children are celebrating. No. You don't know what comes with this. Your skin shedding, head falling out, sleepless nights, trauma. And it's too much pain to hold in, internalize. It'll kill you in real life. So I decided that I'm going to fight, and I'm going to continue to fight. I've always said that I'm going to fight for them anyway. And the way that I've been fighting is to liberate people so that you don't be in a financial chokehold, which causes people to have to go out and sell drugs and steal and commit crimes, period. You got to be some type of evil just to be like, yeah, I'm just going to go commit me a crime. There's always an underlying reason behind why somebody go in the store and steal something. It's always an underlying reason why people out there pushing drugs, risking their life. There's always an underlying reason. We start educating, we start empowering, we start impacting, then we can lessen the burden of the government without having to rely on the government to lock them up and to kill them, by educating them, giving them something to wake up for every day. They know they have the ability to go out and make their own money the right way, the legit way, own property and stuff, by somebody teaching them how to do it. Keep them out of the system. If you had enough money to homeschool your kid, keep them out of that indoctrination system, pushing all this stuff that they should never be exposed to on them. We cannot just sit by idly and allow this to happen to our children. Not mine, not yours. And if don't nobody else want to fight for them, I do. Straight up. And I will. And I am. But it will not be without the tribe. It takes a village to raise a child. It's going to take a village to save one, to nurture them, to rescue them. And so tonight, because I'm not a beggar, and there ain't nothing wrong with being a beggar or being somebody that's in need and need to come and ask people, can you help me? Ain't nothing wrong with that. I done been there, done that, right? But I have too many gifts on the inside of me. I have too much wisdom pertaining to money and how it works. So I'm not going to come and take from your family to better minds. It's always going to be an exchange. And I do want to ask tonight for those who can and who will. If you don't mind, and I'm going to say this before I say that, I ask people for signatures, y'all, to pass legislation. Since my first son's death, to stop these folks in white jackets who we call physicians, to stop practicing medicine and experimenting and then taking our children or our loved ones out, all in the name of an accident. And then you get protected by the board and everybody else for maiming and taking somebody's life. I asked for signatures on that. I think we barely got 2,000 signatures. You know how many people I sow and pour into? When my oldest son passed away, I asked, hey, could we get some signatures out here? Like, the White House got to change this. Y'all letting these folks come up over here and unalive people so that you can have a vote and so that you can have some free labor. And our children are paying with their lives. I think about it all the time, you know. Not just with the fentanyl, with the kidnapping. I mean, they after our kids, yo. With the trafficking, blank trafficking. I mean, all of the stuff with the lifestyle being able to enter into the schools. Y'all don't see they after our kids. They can care less about us. What I was saying about the signature is I use the platform change.org. And let me tell you how corrupt they are. And that's why I don't like these systems. GoFundMe, all of them. GoFundMe, you need to raise funds, right? For your loved one or for a situation. You got to give them half of the money, if just about 25% of the money that you didn't raise, just to use their platform and ask people to help you. That's a ripoff. People don't come to your system and ask for help unless they need it. So why would they have to pay you this big old portion of the money that they trying to raise to stay in their house, to get a new heart, to bury their loved one, whatever? That is evil in my eyes. But you got this change.org. Now it's a platform where they allow you to collect signatures, but they slick. And this is why I only got 1,500 signatures. They say, hey, you spread the word, you're doing good. We got 15 signatures. Let's meet the next goal to get 100. Okay, we're pushing it out there. Okay, let's make the next goal to get 300. Not realizing that when people come to their platform to sign the petition, they're going to ask them for money, like they donating towards our cause. And we ain't never set up no campaign for no money. So therefore, people be like, yeah. Right before they say, okay, do you want to share this? Do you want to make a donation? This will really help Kevrians, but we don't even get any of that. So you know how many people who possibly didn't have it or just didn't want to give it to them, we miss signatures because of that. So now we can't get justice on that area. And they'll keep on telling us on our end, yeah, get the word out, spread the word. People with 1,500 signatures have the potential to get noticed by the news media. We want coverage. So we pushing it out, not even knowing that the 1,500 people that we finna get, you finna hit them in their pocket. And then how I found out was people would like, I made a donation to this change.org. A donation? I ain't asked for no donation. Well, yeah, I made a donation. What? So I go through there. Sure enough. So we don't have a lot of signatures. And on top of all of that, dealing with all of that, now you begin to feel despair because you feel like, I'm not going to ever get justice. And that's all I want. That's all I want. If this is the way I got to live my life for the rest of my life, then so be it. I'll accept that. But what I will not accept, God, is that these people, my sons was not gunned down. This wasn't no black on black crime. Didn't no other melanated person come and take their life. They didn't get hit by a drunken driver. They were murdered by medication. And there are some people who make millions of dollars off this medication and still making millions of dollars and still gonna harm somebody else. And this needs to stop. And the only reason why we can't stop it is because our money don't look like their money. That's why it keeps on happening. That's very corrupt. It don't nothing come to us. We don't even sign up with no account. We don't put no credit card on file. We don't put no bank information. We set up the petition. We tell you the story, why we need the signatures, and that's it. And can you believe that in a time of our need, where we really asking for help, you out here scamming and scandaling, folks? I haven't asked nobody for help to help me bury my son. I haven't asked nobody for help to help me feed him. I haven't asked nobody financially for help for nothing. But tonight I'm asking. Tonight I'm going to ask. This pain got to do something else other than hurt me. And I need a lawyer. And I'm putting together a complete movement where people will join forces with me and let our voice be heard. I'm beyond the petition. I'm beyond the petition. I'm calling on the tribe that will want to help me in assisting bereaved parents. You know how to deal with emotional grief. We need a community of educators, those that got information to share with these young folks, resources. I'm putting together a whole complete movement. And I will say this because I'm allowed to say this. I'm going all the way to Washington with this. And I'm organizing a march, but it ain't that kind of march. If you don't think that our borders being wide open is not dangerous, then let all the mothers and fathers that these borders have allowed fentanyl to come in and take their children, let their voices be heard. Let us find laws and different things of that sort. We can hold y'all accountable for what y'all done. Let us educate ourselves. And not, like I said, not just for fentanyl. It's bigger than that. Y'all been coming for our kids. And you're not going to stop until we stop you. So I'm asking tonight. I have some programs and stuff that I am going to offer at just tonight as an exchange at a super bona fide discounted rate, because I don't ever want to take from somebody. Okay? But I will say, if you have more than enough for yourself today and you don't mind sharing some, so I can fight for our kids, because it's going to take resources. I'm not trying to become the next congressman or congresswoman. They all full of bull. I want to stand up for our children. I want to educate our children. And I want us to start creating programs and spaces and opportunities for our young people. I just got a report yesterday that said more young people are dealing with depression and mental illness. And this is why they go into the drugs. And they're not going to the drugs to say, hey, I want to do drugs. The people that's doing them is making them think that it's cool, and they is tricking these children to death. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Because I've been doing my research, I told my husband and I told my close family members, the night my son died, I felt it. I was in my bed, sleep, at 5 a.m. my time, Central Standard Time. And it felt like gravity was sucking my body into the mattress, into the floor. And I began to scream out of my sleep. Honey grabbed my arm and pulled me, because it felt like a magnet was drawing me back this way, deeper and deeper and deeper, only to go research for those who done overdosed on fentanyl several times and been brought back with Narcan. That's the exact way you die. You lay back and everything just starts closing. It literally takes 3 to 5 minutes, if that, to be dead from fentanyl poisoning. That's what they call it. Fentanyl poisoning. These people out here peddling it need to be in prison. And I don't even believe in the prison system. But if you out here selling something that's going to kill somebody, this ain't no fentanyl overdose. An overdose is when you take too much of something. This is poisoning. You take it and you die. Period. You take it and you die. And all of these kids' blood is crying out from the ground. All of them. Their friend told them to hit the joint, and then all of a sudden their lungs locked up. Their friends told them that this was the thing to do. With the whole COVID situation, it messed up a lot of our young people mentally, because now they didn't know if they was graduating. They had to force from going from one type of life to now you just sitting at home playing video games. The damage that was done during COVID alone was horrific to the minds of these young folks. If we thought, and you think about it, if it affected you, then you can only imagine how it affected them, who don't know how to process their emotions and their feelings. It's always somebody like, yeah, that can never happen to me. That's a lie. That's a lie. I done seen too many stories. It's just one pill. That's why they call it one pill. It's not even a whole pill. If you take a whole one, that has the potential to kill 5 people. One pill. And as y'all can see, that was a bite of a pill, supposedly. Took out 159-pound, strong, young, healthy, athletic boy. Put him down in 3 to 5 minutes. I think it's worse than being burnt alive or either drowned. You have no control over your breathing. You have no control over your chest muscles, everything. And just like that, you're dead. That ain't gonna ever be cool with me. Okay? And one thing I'm not gonna let this pain do is paralyze me. I'm just not. That's what it wants to do. It wants to make me go lay down for the count. Because this pain is so painful. It will make you want to lay down and never rise again. But I refuse to do that. And I want to ask, if you got a little bit more than you needed for the day, would you be so kind to donate? So that the first thing we need to do is get a lawyer. I want to get a lawyer so that I can access the body cam. It's probably going to be the most difficultest thing that I ever have to witness. Watching them walk into that house and see my son dead. It's probably going to be one of the most hardest things that an individual, not just some other individual, have to deal with. However, I'm willing to do it so that he can get justice, because he deserves that. For one, he was a child of God. He was not nobody's trash. Our kids need to know that your friends ain't your friends. There's too many instances of friends being responsible for their so-called friends' non-existence anymore. Look at the young lady that went to Cancun for her birthday and never made it back home. I mean, there are countless of stories. Real talk. So I'm asking tonight, first and foremost, before I offer you anything, I'm going to be going in just a minute. I'm going to let you guys know, if you love me, would you please help me? I cannot do this by myself. It's too much. And I'm calling on my tribe. I come, I sow, I give, but now I'm standing in need. And it's not for nothing crazy. I'm not asking you to pay my bills. I'm asking you to help me fight for justice for all. An injustice to one is an injustice to all. I don't care if it's $1. I don't care if it's $5. It's the act to stand in solidarity with me. That's what I'm asking for. Can I have your support? I will fight for all of our kids. But I need support. I'm going to need help. Thank you, Sister Kimber and Sister Jill. I always hope that I have sowed enough seeds in any aspect without ever asking for anything in return, in hopes that when I need people, in my time of need. They will be able to help me. And this is my time of need. If you don't want to donate and you got to get something in exchange for your currency, I have so many of my programs, so many workshops, um, so many different ways to make money. Okay. And some will say, if you got so many ways to make money, then why you ain't making no money? That's not my case. Okay. I know how to make money. My case is ever since this boy has passed away, it has been hell. The hordes of hell has been released because I didn't go lay down somewhere and die. I chose to help people. And the enemy's plans was to wipe me out. Okay, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you out of my way because you a threat to me. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to harm what you love the most outside of God, and that is your children. And then when he couldn't get me with that, I'm still out here shaking, moving. Hey, y'all want to buy land this time, because I'm a builder. And my number one goal is to never allow this to happen to anybody else. And I just believe that if we are all financially empowered, a lot of the atrocities that happen to us will stop happening to us. Okay? I just believe that. We don't change the game through chanting and marching. We change the game through financial power and literacy and education. So because I'm out here doing that, now you got these devils that own these systems, payment systems. Oh, you're making a lot of money. You're making money fast. We want to know where you're making that money from. We're going to hold this money in our reserves. Do you know Stripe took over $70,000 and held it in my reserve, in their reserve? I don't even know reserve that is. Ain't no name of the bank. We holding it. And then they held it because they said this is high risk activity. You got people that signed up and you just did 18,000. That's high risk. We're gonna need to hold 50% of that. And then I'm like, oh, okay, y'all gonna hold 50%. I'll just go harder so I can make more. And then it's like, we want to hold 75%. Oh, I got receipts, baby, for days. I'm not the only person that it's happened to. When they want to demonetize you, it's happening to Donald Trump. It didn't happen to other influencers. You can go and Google it right as we speak. A young couple started up what do you call it? Crowdfunding. Raised $1 million. PayPal, Stripe held it all indefinitely. Just go type it in. I dare you to. And the first thing I'm thinking is when Grant Cardone and all of them people make $1 million in a day, do you hold their funding? We need you to give us more information about your business. Okay, here the information go. We need your bank account. Okay, here the bank account go. Oh, we still determined that your account has, high risk activity, and we want to hold this money in our reserves. So I don't have a problem making money. My problem is that nobody that I know that believe like I believe, that look like me, have their own platform. So we at the mercy of them. And then I thought it was just, okay, it's just Stripe. Then PayPal came. We can't let you cash out nothing but $300 a day. I can have $75,000 in there and I can't cash out nothing but $300 of my money. It's not theirs. You go to the bank and you say, hey, I want to wire transfer some of this money out. If they don't approve it, it ain't being sent. There's no way around it. None. And if that wasn't enough, I had my own people. I'll tell y'all about a couple of incidents since I'm just telling y'all. I had a sister. Dr. T, can you help me? Yeah, I sure will. But I really need your help. I'm in urgent need. I need to get me some revenue coming in. Okay, cool. How can I help? I got other clients, but how can I assist you? Because I overstand, sister. If you telling me that hubby ain't working and y'all ain't got no other streams and means, okay, how can I assist you? Let me build it out for you. The chick, let me build out her business. Do y'all hear me? All of this is documented in receipts. So now I got the systems fighting me. I got the enemy fighting me because he's trying to kill me and my family. I got the systems fighting me because they know that money moves something. And without money, you can build. And then I got my own people fighting me. I build out the lady business. She like, my husband don't know I used our credit card to sign up for this. And that was a red flag because I don't operate like that. Whatever I do, Marcus know, unless God tell me to do it. And if he tell me to do it, then he gonna deal with Marcus if he got something to say about it. But it's usually something that's doing good that Marcus may have some objection about. If he tell me, okay, go pay her rent for $3,500, Marcus might be like, well, do you know her? Well, they have their way of getting in the way of what God said, and he already know when it comes to God and what God said, whether I understand it or not, I'm gonna do it, and then I'll tell you later. But she went behind her husband's back, to make a long story short. So when she told me that, she's like, Dr. T, I need this other little part set up. Now I didn't build out the business. She's like, I need this other little part set up. Husband don't know that I used a credit card, so I can get things rolling. So now I'm stopping everything that I'm doing to assist her. She goes and do a chargeback. Fraudulent claim on her credit card. Now, first of all, how did I get your credit card? Second of all, before you hit pay, you had to sign a little box called terms and agreements. I guess my hand was on your computer. Okay, they can track the API. Matter of fact, here's the receipts of our Zoom communication of your deliverables. They still gave her that money because our people know if you charge back a credit card, they can't really dispute that. So I reached out to her like, did you just really do that? Did you just really get what you needed and then did a charge back? Like, yo, I know you did not just do that. Is that really what you're doing? Do you know that that's stealing and God don't like that? It's deeper than money. It's what you setting yourself up to. And by the way, I'm going to dispute it because it's all the way wrong and I'm going to show receipts. The chick turn around and tell me, no, when it's done with a credit card, they're going to give me my money back. So you got a whole habit of scamming folks out here. Never heard of such a thing. But she wasn't lying. So now I got them fighting me. We hired some of our brethren, right, to drive our vehicles. We got a transportation business. Brother, you say you just moved here. You got a wife. You don't know nobody here. You need to, make sure you got ends meet, take care of your family. We'll hire you to drive for us. We'll be benefiting each other. The brother takes our van, steals it, leave it abandoned on the side of the road, broken down. Another one, crash my husband's whole truck, tow it up. The other one, abandon the vehicle. Oh, I'm just going to work for a day or two, get some money, and abandon the vehicle in Florida. We live in Texas. This is our people doing this to us. in the midst of all of this. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on and on. So my problem ain't making money. Dealing with all of that has really hurt me. Dealing with what I'm dealing with every day is not a day that I feel like coming. And you guys could, especially Sister Jill, she can confirm this. I used to be on here 25/9. Sometimes it'll be weeks or two before I can pick myself up and come here and act like everything is fine. Meanwhile, everything on the inside of me is broken. You don't want to work when you're bleeding. And then when you get on here and you share, like, I'm really sad about my sons. Well, you supposed to be a woman of God. You ain't supposed to be grieving. They in a better place anyways. You know what I'm saying? We tired of hearing about your son. We tired of saying, now I got to go through that. So now I don't talk about it. And the lady who did the chart, she wasn't the only one. Oh, it was like 5 or 6 of them. 7, 8, 9, maybe 10, 11 of them. I just had a group in February. A whole group. A group. Can you believe that? A whole entire group. They said we're going to go sign up and steal all her information. I got the screenshots because somebody told on them. We're going to go steal all her information. We're going to all get in. We're going to steal it. We're going to download it. We're going to do whoop-de-whoop. And then they all came back and said, yeah, they all had the same lingual. Your program is amazing, but at this time, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep up, or if I can, really do this. They all had the same. I mean, like 10 of them, a group, not knowing that I was already giving insight that y'all was not only taking my program and accessing it. Boy, they bought like 50 people to try to steal the information to. Crazy. And if you in any of my courses, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Me trying to help the people. Gave them above and over. Real talk. And then you come in and then you done created you a whole group to sell my information for $100 here, $100 there. It was so disturbing, yeah. Disturbing. But I don't come out here and y'all know what this person did, whoop de whoop, blah blah blah. Y'all don't ever know what Dr. T is going through because I'll never tell y'all. I bear it like a strong soldier. But that's why I'm coming by here tonight. I've been so strong that being strong has hurt me more. Trying to be strong, and I need some help. Okay, so I have programs in the AI space. You want to do $10,000 in the next 30 days? I got you covered. Okay. I figure they can't all stop us. You shut me down, but now we got Jill doing it, right? Okay, we try to come for her. Now we got Kimber doing it, okay? And then you try to come for her, then we got so and so doing it. You can't stop us all. You cannot stop us all, and the movement will continue to move. If you come and you attack me, and I'm the movement maker, and there's nothing else in place, nobody else in place to keep the movement going, then you stop the whole movement. That's not going to happen on my watch. I'm not going to go down as one of them victims. As much as I respect Emmett Till's mother, and I've learned a lot about her through her fight for her son, she died with no justice. That will not be my portion. That will not be my portion. A lot of Dr. Martin Luther King's family, what justice do they got? People he fought for freedom, they still ain't free. And many of them don't want to be free. But they lost their loved one. They lost time. They lost the life that they could have had he just minded his own business and didn't fight for equal justice for every. No. Louis Farrakhan and all them other ones that lost their life, leaders who cared about others more than they cared about themselves. I need y'all help, okay? That's the least y'all can do for me. It's the least. In real life. You don't know how much it would mean to me to be helped when I need it the most, okay? So I have programs. They in the description of this video. If you've been following me for a while, you already know what programs I got. You want to know how to go get your reparations. You want to go know how to get your back pay, get your money back. I ain't even advertise government contract, but I got that, okay? I got a whole entire 4-hour workshop on how to get started in government contracting. It's easy, okay? From start to finish. I'm also going to include in this deal for tonight how to go ahead and register as a government contract official. I'm going to give you information in this training that will allow you to go get some funding before ever getting started. Business credit. You want to learn how to build some business credit, have a brand new life? I got that in there, okay? I don't even let you get access to my government contracting course, period, for under $1,000. I'm going to allow you to get this 4-hour training that's full of where you can go get some funded information, everything pertaining to government contract, how to get started, what to look for, where they got money in your backyard. You talking about setting up generational wealth? I'm talking about setting up generational wealth. Let me show y'all on the screen. This is just for a person who is an author, okay? If you write books, and that's why many of y'all should have been writing a book, especially when I had that book bestseller. Let me show y'all what kind of money they paying for authors. And then I'm going to show you how you stack up generational wealth through government contracting. They buy everything. Everything is explained in there, okay? But I'm going to show you what kind of money you're missing out on because you failed to write your book, because you failed to start a business. As long as you got a business, then you got the biggest spender and the biggest buyer in the whole entire world ready to do business with you, okay? Now, I'm going to show y'all something. Y'all see this one right here that say blind industries and services, and then right below it say blind industry and services, okay? And then let's see if we can find them again somewhere on here, okay? If we can't find them 2 or 3 times, it's cool. Cool. We'll use Proper International. They got one right here. Their name is here, right here. Their name is right here as well, okay? Their name is also right here as well. Their name is also right here as well. Now, I'm pointing this out because I want y'all to pay attention. Y'all won't have to hear me over here, okay? It'd be too much turning the camera. They got this contract. This contract started on September 7th of 2023. This is for authors, okay? I want you to see over here. This is for authors. Y'all see it right here? Independent artists, writers, and performers. This is for authors. Those who can write a book. I don't care if you got a book and it's your own book. If you can write a fictional book, nonfiction, I don't care. Let AI write the book. This is the type of money they are paying for authors. So, Proper got this contract 9/7/2023. It expired 12/16/2024. So they have it like 15 months. Now let's see how much money they was paid for 15 months worth of work. 677,000 just on that contract. Then they turned around and they got one July 18, 2023 that expired July 22nd, 2024 for a year worth of work. They did another $3 million. They got $10 million for 1 year's worth of work. Okay. And then you come down here and they say, wait. They got one in 3/15. They got one in 7. I mean, they got one in 3/2023, 7/2023, 9/2023, and 11/2023. Okay. So this one in 3/15/2023 was till 6/24, 2024. They got another 3 million. Now we had 13 million for 1 year's worth of work. 4 contracts. They had 13 million. Okay. And then they got this one from 11/22, 2022 to 2/6/2024. That was another 2 million. They got $15 million from writing some books that the government wants to read. Coming to write some papers for them. Come make me a guidebook. Come make me books for our schools. Come make me books for our retreats. I don't care. If you were author, they buy your services. Period. Well, y'all want to see something else? What about those who cook? Let me go over here and grab something real quick. Hold on. Let me go over here and grab cooks. If you can cook good, can you imagine getting paid this kind of money for you being a cook? Let me show you real quick. For private households, 814-110. 814-110. 814-110. Hold on one second. 814-110. Okay. So you see it over here. They're looking for a cook for private households. Let me go ahead and hit that box. They want you to come cook at their private events. But let me show you how much money they're going to make. This is stuff that we do every day. Let's see if we can find somebody in here that stacked up their money. Okay. Look at Biden Jr., Joseph. Do y'all see Joseph Biden Jr. on this government contract? He got a government contract from, now see, this ought to tell y'all something right here. I told y'all. Biden, Joseph Biden Jr., Joe Biden Jr. This ain't even Hunter. This is Joseph Biden Jr., the president, got a contract May 6, 2014 to September 30th, 2017, and got paid $92,400 for providing private meals. How ironic is that we come over here and type in chef and Joe Biden's name is on the contracts? Y'all do know Dr. Fauci and them get contracts too. Y'all do know Boeing get contracts, the same contracts that they out here building nuclear missiles and warheads and all of that stuff. You can be getting a contract. So let's go right on back up here. Let's see if we can find the shortest contract. The shortest one. We'll go with this one right here. Stateside Procurement Services. They got this contract June 27, 2018. It expired 3 months later on 9/27/2018. Let's see how much they got paid. $84,000. $84,000 for 3 months worth of service. Cooking meals. Period. That's a cook. Okay. So I have a government contract. How you can get started, where the money is at in your backyard, the city officials, the parks and recreation, the schoolhouses, the ISDs, the school districts, the colleges, where you can go get you some money without even being a federal contractor. That's in there. Okay. And walking you through the SAMs, how to register. Because I'm doing this, because I need the resources to push forward this movement, and I'm not going to beg nobody. See how I asked everybody and 2 people said, I will donate. That's why I will never come here begging. Never. But in exchange, you can give me $250 tonight only to get access to that information. $1 trillion information. Why I tell y'all to start a transportation company? Because they got contracts for you, baby. You don't even got to have a diesel. You don't got to have no fleet. You ain't got to have nothing. You're doing dispatching. That's called logistics. Oh, okay, we're going to take a NACE code and we're gonna take one business and we're going to get 7 streams from them. Start up our transportation. We're doing logistics. We're doing freight brokering. There's a contract for that. Okay. We doing hauling local. That's a contract for that. Long distance. There's a contract for that. Oh, we got to do our paperwork. We got to do communications. We got to do filing our paperwork. We got to do accounting. There's a contract for that. Okay. So government contract is where it's at. I paused the push on government contract because I saw that a lot of their contracts was going for the new technology, IT, the cybersecurity, AI. So it's like, okay, I got to learn this and then teach these people how to use this so that the government can go back and buy it from them. So now you get access to that. My husband has some bona fide deals on his transportation, how to get started with a non-CDL. You want to get some, it's going to be hurricane season. They're going to be looking for somebody to deliver them water. You ain't got to do it. That's why you need to get access to that information because you'll know how to use the middleman method. I control the contract. I'm not out here working no more. I done retired myself. I'm going to go ahead and get Menendez Trucking Company. They're going to deliver it. I'm going to pay them. Okay. The contract's for $500,000. I'm going to give them $250,000. I'm going to pocket $250,000 for just making the connection. It's called the matchman, the middleman matchmaking method. Okay. You get to learn all of that. But have a business so you can sell them some services. They buy clothes, they buy e-commerce, they buy drop shipping, they buy eyelashes, they buy wigs, they have people in prison, they have people in psychiatric hospitals, they buy t-shirts, they buy flip-flops, they buy socks, they buy tuna, they buy bread, they buy eggs, they buy milk, they buy Xerox copying, they buy you taking their stuff from one place and putting it in the storage, they buy transportation, they buy everything, okay? So he has some deals on transportation. If you want to get some big bucks from the government, that's the place to be. Transportation. It ain't gonna never go out of business. Never. As long as the earth remains, they're gonna need transportation. People, products, and services gonna need to be transported. That's why I always come to y'all. I don't bring y'all no 9 to 5 type of stuff. No, I'm gonna bring you something that's evergreen, that's gonna make you money all year long. Why you think I jumped ship and said, let's get on this AI so that you can learn how to do it, sit from home. They come with another pandemic. They come with anything, a recession. I can do this from the house, period. I ain't got to endanger myself. I ain't got to risk my family. I ain't got to do nothing. I ain't got to worry about if my business, this business is going to go out. I'm going to have to work tomorrow. No. Everything and anything that I got available, it's in the description below. And I got a lot of stuff available. I just showed you how much they pay for authors. Y'all should have been jumping on that book's bestseller, right? Because I know how to write a book in a day or less. Just imagine that. Can you write a fictional book about a woman named, I sure can, give me the details. Now, ChatGPT, can you go ahead and write this book about a woman named Susie who grew up in New York, blah, 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 blah. That thing could be written for you in a day. How to outsource it, how to pay somebody $5 to do it for you. Okay. You want to get into any of my mentorships. You want to do 10K months in the next 90 days. All of that stuff is on sale. You want to learn how to make money on social media without ever showing your face. The YouTube, I done showed y'all how they doing 5,000 to 83 million a month from a faceless YouTube channel. I know how to make money. Money is not a problem. Okay. I have those on sale. These are things that I sold for thousands of dollars that I'm practically letting go for $250, $497. I cannot let my businesses in the box go lower than $497 because you can't if you buying from me. That's facts. You cannot. That's what an MRR is. But this is a business in a box. It's already put together. All you got to do is sell it. I can't give discounts on that, but the discount that I'm giving is $497. I was selling it at $1,000. I just can't let it go below that. $497. We have so many deals, and it's only going to be for tonight. I need to secure me a lawyer. Anything that y'all want, that y'all can think of. Hey, Dr. T, I would like to grab this on a discount. I'm desperate for justice. And I pray you don't never feel this. Because then you'll understand my desperation. This has got to stop. And if I got assets, I don't mind releasing those assets to keep the movement moving. Got anybody tonight want to support in any way? You want to buy any program? Is there any program that you have that I want that one, I can't afford? Y'all can talk back to me tonight. I need to be on the phone securing a lawyer tomorrow. That's why I'm doing it. I'm not waiting another year. I took a year to serve everybody and make sure they were straight. And there's a statute of limitation on things. I need to make noise today. Not next week, not next year. There's some things that I need to put into play immediately before I'm not able to do that. That's what I will say with that. I need action now. Nobody? Y'all just been sitting here listening to me? Nobody. And it's a cool amount of y'all on here. Y'all don't get quiet on me now. With or without you, it's going to get done. I'm not going to never allow any man to stop me. That's for sure. I'm just doing what God told me to do. Transparently tell them you're tired and you're exhausted, but you're still willing and you need some help. I'm asking. In 2 days will be maybe 6 years that these people then took my son out of here. And if you can't imagine your life without your kids, imagine what I feel. Imagine what I feel. If you can close your eyes and think, if I never seen my child again, how would I be? If you can't do that, then you can't imagine how I feel. Okay? So because I'm not a beggar, I'm not going to sit here and beg. It is what it is. I appreciate you, Kimber J. I really do. These lessons are teaching me regardless. They're teaching me. In my obedience tonight, I cried out for help. You know how they laugh at you when you go crazy and you go do something stupid and they be like, dang, you know, they make a whole mockery of it like, bruh, y'all see such and such. When people cry out for help, not to say that that's my portion, but I look at situations like that. You can't say they wasn't crying out for help. They asked for help. And I'm not too proud to ask for help. But I'm not going to beg. And it's not going to stop me either. If the Most High God put it on your heart, that's all I'm asking. May He give it back to you 100-fold. May He bless you 100-fold. And know this, that your act of kindness will leave a mark in me, that in your time of need, the Most High will bring back to my remembrance. That you helped me in my time of need. Therefore, I will definitely, in turn, help you in your time of need. I do that anyway. But I would definitely help you in your time of need. And it ain't no tick for no tag, but that's what brothers and sisters do. You need somebody to fight with you? I got you. You need somebody to stand with you? I got you. War with you? I got you. Help you? I got you. I appreciate you, Brother Marquise. I really do. And I know that you have. I'm just asking that you will help me, that you will help me tonight to get justice for not only my child, but like I said, our children, our children, because this thing don't discriminate. With that being said, I love y'all. May the Most High bless those who had it to give, was able to give, Father. I still don't know why you called me to this, but I'm willing, and I still give you a wholehearted yes. And I'm going to ask that you move upon the people, and that you would touch their heart to help me do what you have called me to do, which is to stand up against injustices done in your people. And I thank you, Father, that you will bless them. And blessing will you bless them. You said, Father, he who blesses you will be blessed. So I decree that. That's your word, not my word. You said when men give, it will be given back to them, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, shall men give into their bosom. I thank you that you will, whatever they was believing you for, whatever they was short on, to take out of their need to help your mission, was a divine setup. So I thank you that you will meet their need, open up doors for them. They were believing for a job, if they were believing for a bonus, if they were believing for unexpected money, that they would have the best week that they have had, that you would break through and break forth for them financially. I also pray, Father, when your people, excuse me, come before your people, that they will be more sensitive and more receptive, because all we got is each other. These people have tried to divide us as if we don't need each other, but we need each other. And that's why you created a body, and we all function together. And when one part of the body is sick or infected or affected, the whole entire body. It's discouraging, Father, to reach out and be ignored. But I thank you, and I give you praise, and I give you glory, and I give you honor that you are the resource. If you got to wake up a jackal in Africa to get it done, you will. And I know you as that God. If you got to use a total stranger, I know you as that God. And I thank you for making a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. It took me a lot to get to this point because I was so hurt and so angry to still want to say yes to this mission. I did not ask for these shoes, but I'm willing to walk in them. May you provide everything that is needed for the mission. Your will, your bill, and I will go in obedience. Regardless, I love you. I thank you. I honor you. I magnify you. I pray for my brothers and my sisters, those that are going through things, both seen and unseen, known and unknown. I thank you that you are the God that never fails. And you are in control of all at all times. and we trust you. I thank you for those needing a miracle. I thank you for those needing a ram in the bush. I thank you for those needing healing and deliverance, guidance, protection. I thank you for meeting the needs of your people. I pray for my family, Lord. I ask that you would help my children. Father, that we just be able to have some peace and that we find purpose in this pain. Because I know that you didn't give us this pain for no reason. For no reason. I thank you, honor you, and praise you. Amen. All right, y'all. So what could I send what I could at the moment, but we'll send more. Thank you, brother. 100-fold. It means a lot to me. It's bigger than the money. Straight up. It's bigger than the money. It's your support that you'll stand with me. I'm so very determined. I'm so very determined to not let none of their blood cry out from the ground. I will do the work of the master, and I will expose and uncover every corrupted injustice that's been done. Straight up. I don't have nothing to lose. But the support. Moses needed somebody to hold up his arms. He got tired while he was fighting, but he still won the battle as long as he had somebody holding up his arms. That's all I'm asking for. That's it. I love y'all. Is the transportation from the last slide still available? Whatever I mentioned to you is available. Okay. Now tomorrow when I show up, Dr. T, I'm not able today. Did get the 200K program this month. I will get another program by the end of the week. Regardless of the price, I would now if I could. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. I really do. Uh, and I'm praying for your finances to turn around. God knows your heart. I'm praying for favor with approvals, whether you resell it. I'm praying for favor, and I'm believing you will testify of that favor that was given unto you. I appreciate you. Did I see any other questions? They do it for the Do It For You Faceless YouTube is no longer available, correct? I did join a subscription a couple months back. Definitely interested in the Faceless. It's not available, but like I said, I'm desperate. I'm so desperate that I will not let this Thursday come by and it just cripples me. I've been out of commission since like the 7th. I will not let this be my portion this time. I'm going to move and I'm going to stand tall and I'm going to take my people with me on this one. I'm going to sock the crap out of Satan this time. That's what I purpose to do. So I may be willing to open that up, even though I said I didn't want to do that no more. Usually when I say the programs is gone, they gone. But again, if you want to get signed up with that program, it'll have to be tonight. And then I will do it for you. And that's because I'm not taking a whole bunch of other people on that project. Okay. I do have some. I will build out your own book. If you want a book built out for you, I have a program for that too. If you want an ebook, I don't care what it is, get it up on Amazon, get you some rapid revenue. You ain't got time to build it or whatever the case may be. If you want a digital business built out for you, I got a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. It's in the description of the comments. If you don't see it there, email me. My information is on the screen. Again, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and go. It's 11:29. It'd be late, but y'all got to understand. I got them twins and Redeem and life be lifing. So it's usually when they go to sleep that I'm able to come here and sit down and talk to y'all. Dr. T, I need to play for getting 25,000 credit card over the phone. Yeah, I got you. I don't think I got. I had to think about that because I don't think I got that typed up. I would have to get that over to you. In the government contracting, what I was telling you about, I know for sure that play is in there, but I would have to see if I had time to get that typed up for you. Okay. All right, y'all. Any other questions for me? Anything else before I go? I'm gonna let you beautiful people go. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Tomorrow will be something different. Straight up. Okay. Tomorrow it'll be something different. It'll be grind time and it'll be something different. You have to pay me straight up. Pay me the cost of what it is tomorrow moving forward. Um, but yeah, I think that's it. Anybody else? It's going to happen in Jesus' name. He's going to finish the work. I believe that wholeheartedly. He got to. He got to. Huh? I'm good, babe. I'm coming right now. Um, you okay? You need help? Huh? Let me go check on my husband, y'all. Bye.